I got the pump, I'm applying the pressure. We fell in love, so you mine forever. To death do a part, yeah, we dying together. I show you I love you, know that you special. Show me you love me, I spoil.
What's up, guys? My name's David Householder, and this is entry 3 in my video diary. So today we're just gonna talk about how I'm doing, how I've been. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you know that I've been going through crazy anxiety. I was just, in entry 2, I had been starting to feel a little better with the anxiety. I'd been waking up less in a panic, with panic attacks and stuff. And I can happily say that just about all of that shit is done. So can we get a clap for that? Because that was holy hell. Like, I don't know how I was doing it. I definitely have had some of my lowest lows in the last, month and a half or so. So kudos and I'm just gonna say I'm proud of myself for quitting cold turkey and sticking to it and being around it and still not smoking and still not, backtracking on those ways. But today I just want to talk about something. I woke up thinking about this and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. So I remember when I was younger, I used to think, that because everybody always used to tell me like, oh, you're so attractive, you're so whatever. So, and somewhere along all that, like I started to really seriously think that if I wanted something bad enough, because I was attractive, that it would eventually fall into my lap. I wouldn't have to do as much work. And I can, without a shadow of a doubt, say that that is false. And, I've wasted so much time, going off of that notion or that like narrative that, it's just I've ended up with a lot of wasted time. You do have to work hard. You do, people do give you opportunities, but there's always a catch. There's always something behind it, and it's just, it usually ends up not being worth it, in my opinion. Looking back, it ends up not being worth it. So, work hard, guys. Like, get out here. If you got a plan, if you got a vision, work hard for it and accomplish that. Like, put in the hard work. It'll be worth it. I promise you. If I want to talk about something, that I'm working on now, I've always had a dream. Well, first off, I started off wanting to be a model. I did that for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years in my teens. And I always had this vision that I would be like a runway high fashion model. But when going through the motions and getting turned down so much, I got some opportunities. But going through the motions and getting turned down so much, it chipped at me every single time. But I was younger, so I had like a nobody can tell me nothing ideology, and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. Well, eventually I moved to Hawaii when I was 18, and I went to this Wilhelmina pop-up, they were looking for talent or something, and I got through the first set of interviews and the pictures that they were taking and stuff. And I was so excited, and you got to come back in 2 weeks and they do a second interview with somebody else. And anyway, so I lied. I stuffed my shoes to make myself 5'11". I'm only 5'9". So I show up to the second interview and I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to stuff this time. I'm just going to show up and see what these guys say. I can't keep this up forever. Well, I get there and we're talking for a minute, and the first thing he says is like, stand up. And he's like, how tall did you say you were again? And I was like, I brought it down, 1 inch. I said 5'10". And he's like, whoa, this is 5'11" here. We were kind of pushing it, going for that. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but there's like industry sizes, or at least at that time there was like, I don't know, like inseam and, chest size and all that stuff. And he's walking me through that, and he's telling me, well, you know, I don't think this is gonna work. I can sign you for an acting gig, and I knew nothing about acting. But I was so hurt off of that. I was so sad that day. I ended up signing for the acting, and I went through, and he got me a couple auditions. One was for Taco Bell. Ended up going to it, and I'm sitting in the lobby, and there's a bunch of guys, and you can tell like these guys have been in the industry and been doing this stuff, and then they're like pretty guys, like beautiful. It was a like everybody get auditioned at once type of deal. So they call us in, and we're all sitting there, and we have to get up, read our lines in front of the camera, in front of everybody, the casting director, everything. And then we sit back down and we watch the other people do it too. And then he'd pick from those people to do things together. Okay, so I do mine, and he's like, hey, do you have he could tell I had Invisalign, which is like a clear braces or whatever. And he's like, hey, I want you to walk up to the camera. It was, he was casting for a nerdy guy to walk into a club, and then he holds up these coupons for Taco Bell, and then these cool people are looking back, and the music stops, and then he throws them in the air, and then everybody starts partying again. So he's like, hey, I want you to take out your Invisalign, hold it up, and basically like act that out. Oh, I couldn't get over my nerves. Like I did it, but I knew I sucked. And let me just say that the casting director knew like a lot of these other actors by name, like as soon as they walked in. So that was a blow in its own. But yeah, I ended up giving up modeling. Like that whole, and that's one of my, I guess it is a regret. I like to say I don't have regrets in life, but I wish I would have still, you know, stuck to it after that. Like, I wish I wouldn't have said, hey, yeah, I'll do the acting. I wish I would have stuck to my modeling and still pushed, because looking back now, I realize that the times changed, and now even a shorter person, you know, gets these gigs and gets cast or booked. Yeah, that's a regret of mine. But anyway, now bringing it all full circle, now I want to be a underwear designer. Like if you guys have seen my Instagram, you know, obviously I love underwear. Something about it. It's like a secret weapon. It's like a power. And I've always had like little things about like just about every underwear that I wear, like that, where I say, oh, I would change this here, or I wish it fit, you know, a little better here, you know. And I've always just like known, like I've had this feeling like, oh, I swear I could do this. I swear I could do this. I swear I could do this. So, I mean, I'm at the beginning stages. You know, I've been looking at designs, and I don't want to go the route of hiring a seamstress or somebody else to, you know, make it out of the fabric, you know, like create the actual, like manufacture the underwear. I want to do it myself. I want to get a sewing kit. I have one in my Amazon wish list. I want to get my own sewing kit. I want to get the fabric. I want to create my own designs. I want it all to be in-house. Yeah, that's my new dream. I'm not going to wait for somebody to give these things to me. I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to accomplish them, you know, myself. And plus, with the brand that I've built, like with what I do, it just makes sense. It'd be an easy transition after, I picked up the skills to manufacture it myself. But anyways, guys, that's enough rambling for me. This is me checking out. See you guys later.
I got the pump, I'm applying the pressure. We fell in love, so you mine forever.